different one, and I was like, not to take it back. I'm like, ooh, like I feel like it was a ballroom, like this is different. I'm like, oh, that's right. You know, like, I felt like I was like, like I went to again with the P, paradise something or something.
I am.
And love the way people respond
To the gavel. We all need to have one and carry it around. Welcome, everybody. This is the July 9th, 2025 Board of Directors meeting for the Fallbrook Regional Health District. And I'm calling the meeting to order and asking for a roll call.
Director Jeffries?
Here.
Director Acosta?
Here.
Director DeVito?
Here.
Director Salmon?
Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Thank you very much. And let's stand for the pledge.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Thank you. Director Salmon?
Aye.
Director DeVito? Director Acosta?
Aye.
Director Jeffries?
Aye. Thank you. Do we have public comments either on or not on the agenda? Okay. Fantastic that you're all here. Such a great evening for us and presumably for you. So we're going to do the big check presentation. Jasmine is going to organize us. The board members are going to exit and apparently get on the stairs outside. No one will all. And then Jasmine, you'll send the grantee in and you'll come with a big check, right?
Yes.
So may I ask my fellow board members to come on out to the stairwell? Or
Sure.
stair, please. All right, Chief.
And y'all, if you want to hang outside to watch, feel free, or you can sit here till we get you.
You can harass us.
But as you might imagine, alphabetically, somebody will be first.
It's much cooler in here. Stay in here.
We know.
The air conditioning, yes, for sure.
Thank you.
Susan,
You're all alone.
The spotlight's on you.
Yeah, wow,
There we are.
wow. There's some pressure right there.
Person sitting started like out there taking dinner, but then just like I'm on Monday. My birthday's the best. So you really, Wow.
It's not a vacation.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm a little surprised.
And then for the
The second Saturday downstairs? Yeah.
and then we'll have still here. And then choose the hardest for grapes.
Yeah.
Now we've got hopefully there's no harvest. People are recording you.
Is that your like big event of the year?
It's a great song.
Yeah. I'm planning here. I'm not. I know. I feel like half my staff works there. Yeah. And
So it's not.
And but it's
Take you.
definitely is. Yes.
yeah, but that's right.
Well, they're different.
Right. Yeah, that's our worship. They're like, they're gonna be in charge of it. Oh, that's great.
I don't get ready.
You can sit next to her. Maybe, be nice.
And I never used to see this.
I could leave it. Turns out that was not the case.
My son and his wife. I've been with it. Russia, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh. What year is it?
And so.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw her and
Pasadena. Tougher.
You needed to stay.
Yeah.
You need it? Although I guess.
Friday, so.
Yeah, that was the first time of that, because we must have that.
Clear out. Always.
So I'm going to work counting to meet.
Yeah, we have. Okay, fair enough. Yes.
And then I have, I started my practice. Client. They did it once.
Yes, I believe it is. So next year they know what.
They're on occasion. Yeah.
It's just.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
ready?
She's so.
Yeah.
I have a guest. And
Okay, so we're gonna say $4 in step.
so my clients kind of, you know, well, they're showing our new stuff. They probably dress up.
Well, that way you don't.
I got my hopes.
Oh, okay. I'm not okay. And my son is to UCSD.
So I've already told
He's able to work remote.
Oh, that's
And she's
They're the ones who.
Everybody realizes that. Manager. Compensated. Because they can't just pop over somebody.
Want to give you the option. Susie, you thought we were hiding from you, but no.
We can
We
make
had
it
it.
quieter.
So you're up.
You're up.
I'm the soul.
She did, she's like, wait, I'm.
The neighbors are really great.
Yeah.
I did a different sort.
And they know.
This whole thing too. It's sort of.
Oh, that's why, yeah.
Now, I can email you, ask you when is a good time to call, and not disturb your day. And now that that's a possibility,
Is it okay now?
you have to do it. At that point, you're scheduled.
I was like, looking on it, it's just kind of like that.
So you just down it?
So yeah, we're really good. At like, just packed up, you know.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Oh, that way. When I tell you it's the real thing.
Always.
Oh, yes, I
You're on vacation.
You know,
It's a talk, but.
Danger fight.
Well, just put it out. Very nice, I think it's
Chose.
for the first year. Yeah. And they have 14. Oh, we have 14. Yeah. Precious time.
Yeah. Well, this one, this event was long. We always knew.
I'm really glad it is hard.
Well, he got married. And he had a church wedding. Humans.
Yeah, did you see it?
Oh.
You want me to take it?
Yes.
Or you can hand it on to, Jess. It's all trying to help each other.
She said, buzzing on it.
There were families with their blankets, their chairs, and with kids all running around, they had a nice children's section. The kids could go up and play, and so.
She came up, she said she's trying to.
And it didn't feel crappy. And
Yeah.
really.
No.
When the lights all went down, we went, "Do you think that's And then when the first scenes went up, you know, and then when Fallbrook came out, it was cheering. And when the avocado came out, it was like,
Well, now that
Oh,
So I had a lot of that.
I just grabbed from back there. That's right.
oh, you know, considering, all things considering. Yeah.
I think this might be the foundation.
That's what it is.
But then again, I was always stressed out. Dark days, just, you know, that last fireworks was $1,000.
And he's like,
So that was.
Yeah.
so he's been doing.
That's when it was great.
Yeah. But back in those ages, that was
Let me read it. I'll catch up with you and let you know when pick your brain about what I need to know.
You can understand where, but.
We're supposed to
We had.
You're up.
And and that was about.
Oh, yeah.
Between 32 and 36, I can't remember. Somewhere in there, yeah. So,
That was a rite of passage.
so next year, hopefully we'll get. They are
Fine.
He would never, but.
Well, more, you know, you get that, you get more time.
He is the guy who wakes up late
Anybody can take a picture.
The rest of it is all fun.
and goes to our office.
She thinks we actually might.
Is it on Colorado Boulevard?
Yeah,
Oh.
just off Colorado, and we're like in the 8th story, so
Extra, because, we were selling wine.
I've never managed
My sister's.
Oh. I don't know.
His dad was.
He'd support their hand.
But I love
Bring the system down.
So that was that.
I think I'm right.
Yeah, we had the 200 spots up on top, and so the volunteers got up on the front, and others.
Where's your vacation?
And you paid for it. You paid for it, and it was $45. Which a lot of people, and I thought to myself, you ain't been in San Diego right now. You paid $45 and you still walk 3 miles to get to where you need to get.
Yes, and they sit at not realizing where we're going. From Long Beach to Kentucky.
Thank you.
But I also heard that along Olive Hill, they were parked on both sides of Olive Hill. And that they said there were actually had people
Kids lived there.
who lived there. They said, well, park my driveway, 10 miles.
Yeah, no way. Oh my gosh. I would have done that. Tailgate. I would we had a tailgate party. Yes, that's right.
So we'll do next year.
So it worked out.
We'll have a side hustle.
Yeah.
I'll have a side hustle for the foundation.
My other son
So.
has left the treasury.
Okay.
And,
Next year.
Right. We love
Oh,
Alice
I
one now.
used to work. Yeah.
He's kind of a,
Well, to know that
it's unbelievable.
and they will show up.
For its time.
You know, and that it will. Anyway.
Yeah, he's telling me the reason why his brother
Okay, yes. Everyone's all.
wants to be in a big city.
That's why I thought.
You're more than welcome to stay, but do yourself a favor.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Stay cool, you're cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye, boys. Yes, bye, little boys.
You're
welcome. Bye, thank you too.
Yes.
So that's
It
why,
might just cross.
no, that's why she could give the parental.
Exactly.
Great. Moving to item E, consent items. May I have a motion to accept the consent items?
You're welcome.
Approve the consent items? Second. Thank you, Sally.
Director Jeffries.
Aye.
Director Acosta. Director DeVito.
Aye.
Director Song.
Aye.
Thank you. I just want to comment on the minutes of those committee meetings and thank you all very much for keeping us in the know as we go, and also to the finance team. Coming to the end of the fiscal year, and we're going to
We're getting
see
there.
how we landed the plane. 24, 25 plane. And
Well, we don't get to land it technically till September.
I know, but we're
at
gonna
least
know a
in the
lot. We're gonna know a lot.
Circling.
Yeah, we're.
Yes.
Okay. Discussion items.
And you'll see, Jennifer, just as a reminder to everyone else, we moved the finance committee minutes and reports out of consent into discussion, just so that if you wanted to have more robust conversation around it, you could, since we kept pulling it out of consent,
Right.
we just made it a regular agenda item.
I like that because I like the public to be able to know if we're spotting anything finance-wise. So, Mr. Treasurer, do you have anything you want to call our attention to under,
I do.
okay,
We had both a good month of May and continue into our year to date, which is nice. And we only have no more months in the last fiscal year. We've begun the first month of the next fiscal year. I'd like to comment that on our balance sheet, there are total assets of $13,269,221. That reflects a 1.86 decrease from April. Not much. We had total liabilities of 94,558, a slight increase from April. And our equity stands at 13,174,663. And if at any point, the board and our guests would like to ask a question about any of these, why don't you do so after each of the summary reports. The report number 2 is the summary of the profit and loss summary for May. And through July, through May, and from July 1st, 2024 through May 2025. Income for May totaled $13,342, with a year-to-date income of $2,628,086. Total expenses for May were $256,484, with a year-to-date expenses of $2,215,529. And I'll backtrack for a moment. Our year-to-date income was $2,628,86. So if you quickly compute, our expenses are way less than our year-to-date income, which is good. We did have some other expenses. The resulting net income, however, for May was $174,874, and for the year-to-date, $1,889,097. Questions? Report number 3 is the budget versus actual. And we'll first talk about the administrative class. From July 1st, 2024 through May 2025, we had a total income of $2,625,466, exceeding the budget of $2,400,498. That was primarily due to a higher than expected property tax. And I suspect that's because of the building that's going on in our district. Total expenses amounted to $1,662,356, which was just slightly above the budgeted number of $1,591,601. Our community health contracts totaled $716,477, matching the planned budget. We had an additional other income of $444,102. Let me note, because we hear from time to time that our community health contracts have declined. And I don't think that's true. And I think it's important for the public to know that we are continuing to support those community health contracts in a major way. Would you agree, Rachel?
Oh, the overall percentage has gone back to a more historical average after we had a large increase during COVID era. So while technically this is less than it has been for the last few years, it does fit percentage wise to our historical average of percent to property tax revenue.
Thank you.
Okay.
With respect to the Wellness Center report, July 2024 through May 2025, the Wellness Center had a whopping total income of $2,620, which was well below the budgeted $7,500. My goodness. And that's purely because that's how we count. And we have just put most of our income into the administrative class, those hogs, and and not into the wellness center, which is very much deserved as far as I can.
Look at Howard's spicy tonight too.
Yeah, he
What is
is.
going on?
All right, now, on the other hand, your expenses in the wellness center, remember it was $2,000 in revenue. Expenses were $553,173. Very important expenses, because it is in that wellness center that so much of what the district provides to the community is through those expenses. And so, in spite of the accounting issues, we're pleased that the program has all that much money. Report number 9 is our community development disbursements from July 2024 through May of 2025. Outlines project-related expenditures of $748,076. And most of that was enhancements to the wellness center on East Mission Road, again, making our capabilities to provide services to the community in a much better way. And a little bit of that was expenses associated with this building. I'd just like to comment that the district continues to balance its operations effectively, controlling costs and relying on tax revenue and investments. The district's financial health remains stable. We have investments, and they are in 3 different funds. Actually more than that, but 3 different agencies. The local agency investment fund, from which we oftentimes rely on for some of our expenditures. The state treasurer invests taxpayers' money, and in that LAIF fund, the objectives are primarily safety, liquidity, and yield. The month-end balance of our money was $398,724, which represents almost 5% of the district's portfolio. The average monthly effective yield was 4.272%. A much larger share of our portfolio is in CalTrust, and the CalTrust board has retained the manager of State Street Global Advisors, and they make sure that those investments are in full compliance with California law. The primary objective of CalTrust is preservation of principal. And last, we have money in California CLASS, which stands for California Cooperative Liquid Assets Security System, which is a pooled investment option that prioritizes principal preservation. The class has appointed public trust advisors to serve as the investment advisor and administrator. In that investment, we reported for the month of May, $4,171, and the 30-day yield was 4.3524%. The investments of the district are in compliance with the district's 2024-25 investment policy. And in the future, actually, we will delineate that a little more in terms of what our compliance is. But that is our report for May.
Thank you.
Questions?
Comments?
All right,
Okay. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
We're going to now go to F2, consider and approve Board of Directors policy, Board of Directors number 11, meeting compensation. We have a recommendation to consider and approve it. Is there any discussion of this item? We should ask for a motion first and then discussion. Is there a motion to approve for discussion?
I'll move
Thank you,
to
Howard.
approve for discussion.
Second? Second. Sally, thank you very much. Questions or comments before we take a vote?
And I'll just make a note here if I can intersect. We haven't reviewed this since we've had some board change. Just as background for the new board members, each year you're allowed to kind of review and decide if you want to give yourself a raise. The last time we did this was in 2020, which is why your current compensation for stipends is $110.25. So if you choose, you could leave it at that, or you could discuss options. Either way, if you're not ready to discuss amounts, you can kick this can to next month if you'd like, or you can approve it as is, but we do want to make sure that it stays as a current policy.
Correct. Thank you for keeping it fresh. Any comments from board members for consideration before we offer a vote? Okay, roll call.
Director Jeffries.
Aye.
Director Costa. Aye. Director DeVito.
Aye.
Director Sonley.
Aye.
Thank you.
So the short answer to this is everything stays the same. Okay, very good. It's important for people to know. F3, consider and approve the MOU grant 2025-1 Hospice of the Valley bereavement support. Recommendation to consider and approve. And of course, these are our wonderful colleagues and allies that serve our cancer patient community and family. Could we have a motion to approve for discussion? So moved. Thank you. A second? Second.
Director Sonley.
Aye.
Oh,
Discussion?
excuse discussion.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Raring to go. Trying to get. Any questions regarding the agreement? The MOU? Anything you would like to say about it?
Just a note as to why we're moving this into the grant language instead of the competitive grants like we just did. It was decided, strategic plan a couple years ago, that for certain programs that have shown to be embraced by the community and something that we really want to make sure stay firm at the wellness center, that we would move it out of the competitive grant process and move it into an MOU agreement. We use the grant language because it's still public funds. The bereavement program from Hospice of the Valley started in 2020, 21, something like that. They have been a demonstrated solid partner at the wellness center. The feedback that we receive from the participants is always high level. They're just a great partner to work with. Anything specifically you want to talk about from them, or?
Just that you can really see how much people are grateful to have it. And and you can see them expanding into other areas and activities at the Wellness Center. So they're going through changes in their lives, and that's been a big support, just that environment.
So that's the reason that we're bringing it forward out of the competitive grant program and into the MOU program. You'll see these from time to time for specific programs that have fit the district's strategic priorities from either our Catalyst report or from strategic planning, or in the future, community needs assessment as well. So that's just, again, more background as to why they're being brought forward.
And is it strictly for group sessions or?
They're just doing bereavement groups. Anyone who is looking for individual support from that, then typically are handed over to Palomar Family Counseling.
Also an MOU partner.
Also an MOU
Yeah.
partner.
We're starting to see this nucleus formed of allied services to people, so one-stop shop kind of.
Right.
Other questions, clarifications? Roll call, please.
Director Jeffries.
Aye.
Director Acosta.
Aye.
Director DeVito. Director Sound.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to Area G, board member comments and items for subsequent meetings. Anybody have I'm looking forward to the Reigns dedication of their arena a week from Saturday. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, and thank you for catching my email where I said, oh, it's this weekend. It's not this weekend, I'm a week
You
ahead.
had me going there in my
Sorry.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Other topics or discussion items? Okay. Looking at the Finance Committee meetings coming up, as you know, our public is always welcome to those as well as our board meetings. Hearing no other concerns, I'm going to adjourn to close session.
Yeah, just go straight into closed session.
Okay.
So at this time, we'll ask staff and guests to leave if we can
Go
stop.
home and enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
Do you do non-profit law? Thank you. Reconvening into open session, no action was taken in closed session. We are now convening into the foundation board.
Okay, so we actually need to adjourn this meeting.
Just adjourn this meeting. Reconvene.
The foundation.
Foundation meeting. And there's a.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. Okay. All righty. Do we do roll call all over again?
No, because we're already still.
Okay, very good. Do we approve of the agenda motion, please? Thank you. Second. Jeffries, aye.
Acosta, aye.
DeVito,
Aye.
Solomon. Okay.
That's why I need so much help. Very good, very good. Okay, we got approval of the minutes, no public comments. Okay. Overview of financial expenditures from Pedal Power event, which was so cool.
So the Pedal Power event was our bicycle giveaway event. And the reason that this fits on to the foundation agenda is the fact that we were able to solicit donations via the foundation for this event. It was primarily a lot of in-kind donations where people purchased bikes online. It was delivered to the Wellness Center. We had our volunteers put the bikes together, tune them up, and then we distributed them to the kids. So we had about $2,500 in cash that was donated from the Angel Society and a couple other folks. That was directly accounted into the foundation's financial books, which are separate from the district's. Those funds will pretty much kind of just sit in there because we used district funds specifically for this. So there wasn't really anything to discuss, but because funds did come in to the foundation, and this is our quarterly meeting, this was the only agenda item.
Very good. Well, it's a sweet one to have. And it was all great, but seeing these volunteers standing on their heads, putting these bikes together, it was like Christmas Eve all over again, right? No, it was just very sweet energy. that we were feeling there on behalf of the kids.
Yeah, and there was one particular volunteer, Elijah, who volunteers at the food pantry, who is a bike guru. Like, he's the guy who's riding his bike all over town. He came, he had a bike like stand, the thing you set it up on, and he had all the little toolkits that had all the funky little tools. So he became the official, unofficial checkout guy. So when the North County Fire or the civil affairs from the Army, when those folks or regular folks were finishing bikes, Elijah then was kind of the last eyeballs on it, which was really helpful because there was a lot of tweaking of brakes and
Chains and
all the things that go into bikes. So again, really not too much to discuss on it, but I did want to make sure that our introduction to your district's foundation is seeing some activity. I will note on a related item that with changes to national policy, we are anticipating that a lot of our local nonprofits are going to be struggling financially. So I am working with several of them to discuss how they can try to diversify some of their grant funding. At the same time, since I'm looking at that, there are some grants out there that may be relevant for our own programming at the Wellness Center. I ran across one today from Kentucky Fried Chicken Foundation. That was specifically about community gardens. And I thought we might do a small grant to them for the demonstration garden out at the Wellness Center. So you may see some grant activity that comes into the foundation to support those programming separate from the district. And so we keep those funds separate.
I thought maybe Kentucky Fried Chicken might be funding lower cholesterol.
Everything in moderation.
Hong Kong. One can only hope.
It's mostly the mashed potatoes with the gravy.
Of butter.
Don't get you every time.
What I like about this is that we're kind of titrating into the foundation, and there'll come a point where your Eagle Eye or Teresa's gonna find a significant grant that we want to put in there. So it's exciting to see little by little.
Little by little, it'll allow the foundation to establish a track record of charitable giving, charitable getting, I should say, which will be helpful as we do look for those grants in the future. I think I've mentioned before, usually most foundations need 3 to 5 years of history before most grantors will take a look at funding it. That way there's some proof of concept and the fact that it's working. So.
Okay, any other comments for the good of the cause? Thank you so much. What a nice evening we've had.
Yeah.
That's such good, it's still lingering over there, the goodwill.
Good energy.
Yeah, good energy. All right,
So
adjourned.